Now, today's episode it's all the way over here. Mind over matter. How do we train our resilience muscle? We've all heard of resilience, and it's a part of the brain that you need to work out like you do at the gym. But how do we do it? Because just doing the task isn't the only part of the equation. Before we jump into this episode, though, I really need to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's helping us grow, but more importantly, you don't have to think about when the next episode's dropping because it will just come in to the platform you listen to, whether that be YouTube or Spotify or whatever that is. It's just automatically going to arrive, and you'll get that gold nugget in your inbox, ready to play on your way. We've got a huge pipeline of guests coming up into Chrissy, and then coming in Feb, huge event. We're touring the country, and I want to give you more and more information and early access to tickets as the year progresses. So do that now. Subscribe, like. All right, let's jump into it. So, resilience muscle is a thing. We know it. We've talked about it to ad nauseum. You know what it is. But bear with me, because I want to give you a little nugget today. Just one little nugget that is a huge uplift in terms of strengthening that muscle. I'll give you a story, okay? And I love a story. Stories seem to prompt my life. But I think they're the best mode to deliver episodes. So my daughter's 12, right? She should know better. But she's getting to that age where, and I'm noticing that girls and boys deal with temperature differently, right? Specifically, the pool. I noticed that myself and my son, we can jump in 12-degree water and have a laugh and have a play or whatever. And that's bloody cold if for anyone who doesn't know what a 12-degree pool feels like. My pool could be 25 degrees, which is what I call retirement village warm, yet my wife and my daughter will still think it's cold, right? And if you're listening to this and you're a female, you're probably nodding your head and going, yes, that is still very cold. We're just built different. But my point is, me and my son were in the pool. My daughter comes in. I want to get in. I want to play. Cool, get in, let's go. She stands on the edge of the pool for like a good minute. What are you doing, Izzy? Get in, jump in. What are you waiting for? She goes, Dad, I really want to get in, but my body just won't let me. I thought, okay, teaching moment, all right? I said, do you know what that is? I go, no. She goes, what? Why? And I go, that's your resilience muscle. Your will is being beaten by your body's like fight or flight, or your body's like automatic system where it's just saying, I don't want to do that. I don't want to jump in the cold water. Your body's saying, I don't want to jump in the cold water. Hey, I'm not going to jump in the cold water. Your mind is saying, dude, get in the water. I want to go for a swim. Let's go. And so we know that if she builds up that resilience muscle, she'll be able to jump in that water. And before you think I'm going mad talking about the pool, this is no different to cold calling. It's no different to picking up the phone when you're young as a recruiter. If you have phone fear, or if you have any sort of specific conversation fears or direct conversation fears, maybe you're a manager and you're not very direct with your staff. Maybe you need to be a bit firmer, you need to be a bit clearer. Maybe you're not good at fee negotiations. Maybe you're not good at, I don't know, cold calling new clients. Whatever that fear you have is, it's real, right? Your body's saying, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And we train ourselves over time to do that thing easier and quicker, right? And so the common teaching for resilience is do the thing over and over again, and before you know it, it becomes easier. And it's 100% true, all right? And that's we've talked about that before, and that's 100% true. The bit I want to add, and the crux of this entire episode, is that it's not just doing that task. It's doing that task at will. So a great example of this is, if you were my daughter and you were going to jump in that pool, she could sit there. She sat there for a good 2-3 minutes trying to jump into the water. Dips the toe in, doesn't dip the toe in. I want to get in, I can't get in. She could have just jumped in, right? What she needed to do, and I said to her, you need to do this. She looked at me and said, what do I do? I said, you count to 3 and you jump. She goes, okay. She goes, 1, 2, 3, and she jumped. And I could just see her body was completely like, I don't want to do it, I don't want to. And she did it, and whatever. But that's the key. Waiting a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour a day, putting off this thing that you don't want to do, that's not building the resilience muscle. You'll do the thing eventually. We know you will. And that will help with the resilience. And it's never as bad as you thought it would be, right? The part of building the resilience muscle is that you can do it at will. So if you all of a sudden go, I hate cold calling, I hate fee negotiations, I hate direct conversations with people, or whatever that thing is that you don't like doing. You need to get in the habit of going, okay, 1, 2, 3, here we go. I'm calling client. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to make that cold call. 1, 2, 3. Hey, what's his face? Come in here. I need to talk to you about something. That's it. Give yourself 3 seconds. That's the part that builds resilience. It's building that will to override the body's natural response to say fight or flight. Like, I do not want to fucking do this. That's the resilient. That is where the muscle's built, in that 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, go. Because you're training your body to not fight back. That inner monologue, that conversation, that pushback becomes less and less, or your push forward becomes stronger and stronger. Okay? So doing the task helps you get over the fact that, proof that I can do it. It's actually not that hard. The more I do the thing, the easier it will become. But focus rather than doing that activity, because you will always do that thing anyway, poorly, well, either way you're doing it. It's that time before you take the jump, before you take the leap. Okay? So give yourself a count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Hey, client, this is a cold call. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Canada, I've got to do this. Here's a canvas call. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Mr. Client, I saw your email. We need to talk about the fees. That's not going to work. Okay? You get my point. If you want to build resilience, okay, 1, 2, 3, go. And you can do it off task. You can actually build resilience. Resilience is a muscle that if you'd build it for jumping in the pool, for example, or jumping in ice. That's how I started ice bathing. Was I wanted to build my resilience muscle. Jumping in the pool, literally. Jumping in the ice, literally. Right? Going 1, 2, 3, jump. When you don't want to, that will build that muscle. And you'll find that muscle strength will transfer into your work. It will transfer into those things you don't like doing at your desk, like cold calls, fee negotiations, headhunts, all that sort of stuff. And so the more you go 1, 2, 3, go, that muscle builds. 1, 2, 3, go. That muscle builds. And at the same time, you're getting a hell of a lot more done during your day. Okay? So it's a win-win-win all round. That's my 2 cents on building your resilience muscle. Like, share, subscribe. As I said, helps us grow. As always, have an amazing day. May all your deals come true.